Hi everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Test Pack Please Ignore 2. So at the end of my last episode, I had been setting up my brand new powered spawner, and if we take a quick look at the chest, as you can see it is working. We've actually managed to get 8 with a skeleton skull so far, which is pretty sweet. So that's working the way it was supposed to. Also, I was faffing around with these channels, and it turns out the reason why it was all breaking down is because at this kind of stage here, I basically had 2 kind of basic ME conduits rather than the dense ones. So I was then, by the time it was getting up to here, running out of channels. So it is now kind of dense conduit running all the way through here, and as you can see, every single device is now online, which is pretty sweet. So what do I want to do on this episode? So in between this and the last episode, what I actually managed to do was actually managed to get myself some hill cherry. So I successfully crossbreed finally my silver lime and my apple oak trees and produce hill cherry saplings, which is pretty sweet. So what I really want to do is set up a way of getting the cherries from there so I can actually use them in my squeezer to make some seed oil. So at the moment I'm having to rely upon what's the one I'm looking for? So if we go over to Britannia, I'm relying upon my pumpkins here. They're not the most efficient. So if we have a quick look at seed oil, if we have a quick look, what I'm looking for, pumpkin seeds, there they are. So pumpkin seeds, we get 5 millibuckets per pumpkin seed. Not particularly great, but if we use cherries from hill cherries, we get 5 times that amount, which is absolutely crazy in comparison. So we basically need 5 times fewer cherries than we do saplings. So there's a couple of different ways I could possibly do this. So there's one thing I want to check out first. Let me get a piece of dirt. What I want to do is just grow up my hill cherry real quick. And also need some bone meal, would be a good idea. Let's grab a little bit of bone meal. So let's grow you up real fast. So what I want to see is, does this have fruit that hangs down? It does have fruit that hangs down. So if we, can I right click that? So that's supposedly mature. Yeah, so they all grow like that, but I can't actually... What happens if I bash them? Ah, right, that's how you bash them, like so. So if I was to actually do this manually, that's how... Ooh, butterfly. Very cool. Apparently they spawn a lot faster around forestry trees or heat trees like this. I will be planting these in my bee dome. I'm getting really bad lag today, and I have no idea why. But yeah, so that's how we get cherries like so, if we were to do it manually. But we cut this down. Do I get any saplings? Yeah, there we go. Got one back, which isn't too bad. So I think there's a couple of different ways I'll be able to harvest these cherries without having to do it manually myself. Now, one way, as I think, is going to be the fruit picker from forestry. So if we have a quick look at fruit picker, we might make this at the end if I've got time. But the one way I really want to do is the forestry multifarm. Now, for that, we're going to need a few things. So first of all, we're going to need to make some of these farm blocks. Now, you can make them out of many different materials, so you can either use stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, cracked stone bricks, smooth sandstone, chisel sandstone, nether bricks, chiseled stone bricks, quartz, and many different kinds of quartz. Now the ones I'm going to be making out of will be bricks. So what I want to do is, if we actually go into here, let's make ourselves some bricks real fast. I'm going to make a couple of stacks. Okay, apparently that's all I got out of it. Let me get some more clay. Start smelting you up in ore processing over here. So what I'm going to do is not put it in there apparently. So we just drop some of the energized smelter there. What I'm also going to do is let's grab a couple more clay and get them running through the alloy smelter instead. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that should smelt up. We'll get some bricks out of it that way. So hopefully by the time I'm actually ready to go, we'll be ready to actually make some farm blocks. So what am I going to need next? So I am going to need... so if we have a quick look at the recipe, another thing that I'm going to need, copper is not a problem, neither are oak slabs. So the thing I'm going to need to make, however, are these tin electron tubes. And the way we make that, so the way we make this is we need something called the thermionic fabricators. Let me get the thermionic... That's apparently not thermionic. There we go, thermionic fabricators. This is a forestry machine. So first of all, we're going to need a sturdy casing, and then that should be everything. Nope, apparently I still need a chest. And what else am I missing? Am I missing glass? I'm missing glass, so let me grab some sand real quick. Apparently I can't use kind of Ender IO glass. I'm going to have to do it the manual way. So let me swap that over. So let's go back over to here. Drop you in there for now. I'll replace that in a minute, but I need the glass more importantly. So this is making bricks here anyway, which is pretty cool. Let me put them in there. Right, yeah, so let me finish off making the thermionic fabricator. Okay, so this is all good to go. Where can I set you up? Don't really need the rolling machine right now, I think. So let me destroy you. There we go. That's not where I wanted to put you. Whoops-a-daisy. I don't think I can wrench this up. No, it's forestry, so I can't actually wrench the damn thing up, which is annoying. Let me plonk you down there, though. Okay, so first things first. Let me go have a quick... Let's go back to... What was it? Farm block. So to make this, we're going to need the tin electron tubes, and we're going to need, I think it's something like 60 of these altogether. So I'm going to need to make, so we need 1 tin electron tube per farm block, so I'm going to need to make this recipe 15 times. Okay, so we're going to need 30 redstone and 60 tin, yeah. So let's grab a stack of tin and put 4 back. We need redstone, so we need half of you and put 2 back. We then also need some sand. So to actually get this thermionic fabricator working, because we're essentially making what looks like light bulbs, we need to make glass. So we put the sand in here, it makes liquid glass, like so. Then we need to put the recipe in, like so, like any other forestry machine. And then it makes the tin electron tubes. So can I just, I can literally simply just kind of click this out and it just makes them pretty much straight away. So am I out of glass? Nope. What am I out of? I am out of tin. So apparently I've misjudged the amount of tin that I needed. Interesting. So let me grab some more tin and some more redstone. Yeah, apparently I added that up wrong, but it's not the end of the world. Put you and you in there. What are we waiting for? I do have the liquid glass. Why? Oh, there we go. So apparently that was just bugging out there. So we can grab the rest of that back. And as with the sand, so we have the tin electron tubes that we need. So they're all in the system. So let me just make sure I've got some more bricks, like so. Just so we got plenty. Right, okay, so let's start crafting this. So, like I said, we need 60 of these. So let's also make sure that I've got plenty of wood slabs. So where's my wood? What do we want to make it out of? I wonder if redwood planks work. Let's just make a few stacks of these. There we go. There we go. So can I make 60? I made 55. So I am actually out of the bricks, which we do need a lot more of, basically, because we're going to need a lot of these to actually make the structure of the thing as well. So let me clear you out. So that's only made 16 bricks, so not a whole hell of a lot. I wonder if I can upgrade this one to actually, so we don't really need any more glass now. So let me go back to here, get the clay back out. Head over to the ore processing. I think it might be the ore processing which is kind of lagging my system. I might need to put speed upgrades through all this just so it goes through a lot faster and doesn't lag out my system, because I'm going down to about 40 odd frames per second at times, which is rather frustrating, but hey ho. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Perfect. So that's all the farm blocks we need. Now we also need a couple of other machines. So I'm going to need to put about 3 of these back in here. So we're going to need a gearbox, I think. So I can hear fire. I think it's probably coming from my spawner. So let me make... right, where was I? So yeah, I need to make the gearbox. And I think the gearbox... I can't remember why I need the gearbox. I just know that I need it. So I'm going to make... I think I need to make about 15 of these. They're always useful later on for machine frames and stuff, so I don't mind using them up now. So let's make a gearbox, just because I feel like I need it. We also need a hatch, which is what we're going to use to pull things out with, which apparently I also need a trap door for. Oops, it is. I keep forgetting to not right click. So there we go. Need a farm hatch, and I don't need the control, but I do need the valve. So oops, it is. I need to shift right click on that, don't I? Forgetting how to play the game all of a sudden. There we go. 1 farm valve. So I think we're good to go. We just need to make more bricks, basically. So how many have we got at the moment? So this is going to be nowhere near enough bricks. Oops, a daisy. But let's start getting it set up. I think another thing I'm going to need is a tesseract. So let's start making a test. I need to put a tesseract together to actually power this thing. So let's start doing that. Do I have enough enderium? I do. Excellent. I actually need my tesseract frame. So let's get some ender pearls. There we go. Maybe I need a second one. Let's actually make a second one while we're at it. So there we go. Perfect. Magma crucible. Yep. Let's put the ender pearls in and the tesseract frames in. There we go. So that'll fill up. How are we doing for bricks in here? We've got a few more bricks there, so that's good. So I said we're going to need a fair number of bricks to actually get this going. I don't know if this is going to be enough or not, but we'll see in a minute. Another thing I'm going to need is an aqueous accumulator to actually pump water into it. I've got a message. Just got to check it for a second. So I'll pause it for a second. I'll be right back once I've got enough bricks and the aqueous... No. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys. So I'm back. Let me just sleep away the night. And then... let's go start getting the farm set up while waiting for more bricks to smelt up. So, where do I want to put the farm? That is a good question. I probably want it around here somewhere. Because it's going to be fairly big. So, I want a decent space for it. So, let me have a think. So, I probably want it around maybe somewhere down here. I need the sky clear so that I can actually... so the farm actually works. And I've got a skeleton shooting at me. So, ouch. Go to help. Die already. There we go. Oh, there's an enderman there. He's a rather dangerous enderman. He's got like all the sparkly bits around him, so I want to avoid him. Or do I put the farm... I don't think I can fit it on here. Or do I kind of like get rid of this farm? I don't know. I'm undecided where I want to put this. I need to find a decent space for it, so... Or do I kind of go up to the hill over here and like get it on the hill maybe? That might be quite good. It's going to be away from my base, but it's got a nice big area to put it on. So yeah, let's put it up here. So this is going to be where we're going to put our multi-farm. So let's get this started to be set up. So we need a few things. Right. Oh yes, I just realised I need another thing before we can get going. So let me head back down to my base first. So I've just remembered we're going to need to make ourselves a circuit board. So I think we need the intricate circuit board. So we need some gold and redstone. So we need 3 gold and 6 redstone. So let's get 6 redstone. There we go, using the scroll wheel like I always really should do, but always forget. I think we need the carpenter. Okay, so we just need to clear you out and put the gold in instead. There we go. So one intricate circuit board. We're also going to need something called a soldering iron. Okay. So for this we're going to need some iron and some bronze. Right, okay, so let me go grab that quick. This is going to need to be in the carpenter as well. So we need iron. So we need 3 of you. Bronze. So let's grab 1 of you. There we go. So let's grab our intricate circuit board. There we go. And we also need the soldering iron, which was, I believe, like so. Is that right? No, sorry, the bronze has to go there. There we go. So that's going to make 1 soldering iron for us. We also then need some copper electron tubes, I believe, afterwards. So we're going to have to make that. So let's grab our soldering iron. There we go. So we're also going to need 4 copper electron tubes, I believe. So let's grab some copper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, we only... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 and some redstone, which we've already got on us. So that's cool. So let's go to the thermionic fabricator. So basically what we need to do is replace all of those tin with copper. Put you in and then just grab... That's tin electron tubes, which I don't want. I want copper electron tubes, although we are... Is that not right? Let me just do copper electron tube when we're doing wrong. That should be the right recipe. Why are you not working? Interesting. Let me clear you out real quick. Let's try this again. So all should be working. Very weird. Okay, let's try this again. So let's get some sand just to be on the safe side. I wonder if the liquid glass is empty. I don't know. So that shouldn't be a problem. Let's clear away the whole recipe. So a copper electron tube should look like that. So we need copper and redstone. So redstone, copper, copper. Oh, and 1 copper short. You need 5 copper. Not that's why I added it up wrong before, because I'm being a complete klutz and actually adding it up completely wrong. So there we go. 1 copper electron tube. Perfect. So now what we need to do is, if we go to the soldering iron, I believe I right click on this and then I put in the circuit board. That's not what I wanted to do. Did not want to throw it on the ground. So we put the circuit board in there, and then what we then do is put the electron choke in there. So that basically, as you can see there, manual farm orchard. So it's going to farm up like trees for us, which is pretty cool. Pick fruit for us. So we can then... oh, sorry, we don't want it there, do we? That's the wrong thing. Let me get that out. So what we need to do is manage farm. There we go. No, I don't want manage farm. I want manual farm. There we go. Orchard. Perfect. Right, that's done. Cool. Once you get it in the right place, it will make sense. So it did actually make the, as you can see, our intricate circuit board now is supporting an orchard on all 4 sides. Okay, so we're almost good to go. There's an Enderman there who's kind of buzzing around. I'll fight him eventually just to get rid of him. But so let's go grab some more bricks from here, like so. Just so that we can craft some more of these bad boys. So there we go. So we've got almost 2 stacks of bricks now, which is pretty sweet. I might have to put a travel anchor up here just so that it's a little bit more convenient, but should be fine. So let's find ourselves an area where we can start placing this down. So we've got all the farm blocks we need. Okay, so what I need, so the shape I'm going to do it is a 3 by 5 by 4. So what I need to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Right. I just realised I also need to grab myself a bucket as well. So let's fly back over. Okay, I found out the way that you actually manage to like fall faster, and it's you have to be holding down boost before you start holding shift or something. It seemed to work there. So what we also need is a bucket. There we go. Grab one of you just so I can put the water down for the aqueous accumulator. We're also going to need a fluid, some fluid conduits. There we go. Perfect. Right. Is there anything I'm missing now? I will need some fertilizer. I did want to make myself a travel anchor though, didn't I? Can I actually make one of these? No, because I need to make a pulsating crystal. Oops-a-daisy. This is not working. Come on. There we go. There we go. I've got enough for this, so this is pretty sweet. So I can just make myself a travel anchor super duper fast. Just so I don't have to keep like going up and down every time. I can just travel anchor my way up here. So what I'm going to do is just lay this in the ground. Like so, just so I can then rename it as farm. There we go. Perfect. So I can then travel back down to my base, which is pretty sweet. Oh, I do love travel anchors. They are something special. Right, so we also need to put in the valve, which will be for the water, the gearbox, and the hatch, which should all go in place. And then what we need to do is then basically layer this up. So it needs to be 4 high. Like so. So this is going to be like the most efficient multi-block farm that we can make. So we just need one more layer. Like so. Right, so this is what we do next. So what I need to do now is, I believe it comes out, oops-a-daisy. So as you can see, it's actually made a farm block. So it's made, so it's all ready to go. So if we actually, I think we can click on it like so. So yeah, that's where the, this is a managed arboretum, which I don't think, I thought I wanted a manual one. I'm sure I went for manual farm, but whatever. So it shouldn't be an arboretum, which is weird. Let me, oh right, yeah, because I need to actually put my circuit board in. So if we drop that in, where does it go again? Oh, it goes in the middle. There we go. So now it's an orchard. There we go. Perfect. So that's exactly what I wanted. So where was I? Yeah, so the gearbox is in, which I think we need for the circuit board. The valve is where the water will go in, and the hatch is where we will pull things out of. Right, so what I need to do now is actually start building this. So can I build, there we go. So this needs to come out 1, 2, 3. This needs to come 6 out from what I remember. Actually, let me just go double check the design real quick, and I will be right back just so I can get this laid out correctly. Okay guys, so I'm back. So this is the way the farm's supposed to look. So basically it's got a radius of 6 coming from either side, and then it just kind of like tears into each of the edges. So this is what it looks like with all the bricks in place. So I think what we need to do next is, this is the farm valve. So let's get some water in place. So I'm just going to make a little water source block here. So there's some water around here, so we can just grab you. There's my aqueous accumulator as well. That's what I'm looking for. let's pop you down there. Water, and then we shall put some... That's a really random floating mystical magenta flower. I don't understand that at all. So we also need to put you in, Daisy. I did not mean to draw that cherry. That's very weird of me. You can sink these into the ground, but I couldn't be bothered, so oops-a-daisy, did not mean to do that. And then because I've been dicking around with conduits, with my eater wrench while I've been shift-clicking everything. Okay, we need to tap you. There we go. So is water now going in? Water is now going in. Perfect. We also need to put in... do I need to put the saplings in? No, because this is a managed farm. Basically, what I need to do now is let's go grab some dirt. And... yeah, let's go grab some dirt, and that is really loud there. It's really offensively loud. Probably should, let me have a look at my volumes. So that's video settings. Where's sound settings? There we go. The volume isn't that high, but I suppose I should turn machine sounds down or something like that. So let me dump all this stuff. So we're going to need some dirt. There we go. Oh, we need more than that. There we go. We need dirt and we need bone meal. So let me put some bones in there. We need to grab a load of bone meal so we can actually grow some trees up. Okay, so I think we're good to go. How much dirt? Yeah, I've got plenty of dirt. Oh, let me also get my builder's wand would be a good idea, so I don't have to constantly place the dirt down. So there we go, one builder's wand. Also, another thing we're going to need to do is we also need to make some fertilizer. So let's make some of that as well. So fertilizer. So we make that from sand and apatite. Is it apatite? Let me have a quick look. So it says concentrate compound, but that's not what I want. That's weird. There we go. It's making it now. Okay, it's just not showing up in NEI. So we're just going to make a load of fertilizer, like so. Head up to the farm. So what we need to do is put the Okay, so we're going to need to have some kind of chest or hopper, maybe. Let's see if we can grab a hopper from somewhere. Let's grab one of my hoppers from here quickly. Oh no, we're using that one. Let's grab this one. There we go. Let's see if I can actually hopper in here. So if we grow up to here and actually put the hopper in. Can I actually have that going? I can have that going in there. So I'm just going to put the hopper in like so. Perfect. Got a bit of spare fertilizer now. So what we're also going to need to do is let's put down some dirt. So if we drop you down like so. Get rid of you. And then let's just do this real nice and quick using the builder's wand, which I'd never had this luxury before the last time I used farms, but oops-a-daisy, I did not mean to do it like that. There we go. So we'll have to do this manually actually, just because I've done the vast majority of it, but oh no, I can just do it like this, can't I? So if we go boop off like so, and then we just need to fill in the rest. Just need to fill in the corners like this now. So yeah, what we need to do is place down the dirt so we can actually grow the trees. And then what we need to do is just plant a load of the cherry trees and leave it to it. So hopefully it should then produce some cherries for us, which would be pretty sweet. So let me just place all this down, and then we can plant some cherries and leave it to run, basically. Right, so I think that's... Oh, no, we've just got one more corner to do. So yeah, because this is a managed farm, no, a manual farm, what we need to do is... So that cherry is down there, so let me then grow you, like so. So we just need to, like, plonk down cherries, basically. So I wonder how efficiently I can get these down. That's going to grow there. Is that going to sprout? Yep, it is. So we just need to plonk like loads of cherry trees down, basically. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but let me just kind of get them in the edges first, and we'll try and fill in the middle bits, I suppose, would be a good idea. There we go. So all the corners are done. So let me go a couple in the middle of each bit, and then we'll kind of fill in the middle as well if we've got enough. There we go. I don't know if these need to be like more in the middle or not, but as I've never really used them to do this before, but we'll do like 1 and 2 like that, I suppose. There we go, 1 and 2. So this should now grow cherries. Let me try it out. So let me grow a few of these cherries like so, and then see if the multi-farm is able to deal with them. So Let's see what happens. Let's go have a quick look down here. Now, is this going to start working? I can't actually tell. Am I missing something? Oh, no power. Haha, of course. That was I was doing my Tesseracts for, wasn't it? Derp, derp, derp. That's something we've got to remember. So, where are they? They're in the fluid transposer. So, I knew I forgot something. We actually need to power the damn thing. So, let's get Tesseracts and actually finish making these. So, 1, 2. So, we need 1. Let's go plonk you next to... So another thing about my boilers is that they're actually up to temperature now, so they're actually becoming very efficient, up to 1000 degrees C. And as you can see, we're finally actually starting to get an excess of charcoal in some of them because they're very slow burning now. They are actually becoming very, very efficient, and we are now getting that excess of charcoal, which is pretty sweet. But let me just plonk you down. We'll just call this one, I don't know, number 20. We'll just call it power. There we go. Add you, and then we just block everything apart from energy, which we want to send only on this particular one. And then what we need to do is head up to the farm. So where do I put the power in? I can't remember. Ah, it's gearbox, isn't it? So if we go to power and have this one receive only, make sure it's on this particular network, then it should be working, which it does, which is now harvesting cherries. Wow, look at that. That is nice and quick. Pretty sweet. Okay, so yeah, that does apparently seem to be working. So awesome. We've got that all nice and set up. So that should just run on its own. Should produce cherries for us at a much faster rate than the seeds. So we just got to leave that to run now. So I'm going to leave the episode here for now. As always, guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.